not me so much. I mean, I'd get my ass beat. I'd go through a couple of tables here and there, but not like these guys every weekend. It was hardcore concussions and stitches and broken limbs. Man, I seen it all. For
God,
me,
yeah.
I broke several bones. I got titanium from ECW and screws, and I got multiple stitches, and almost bled to death in that famous. Well, people say it's famous 1997 when I had that match with Beulah and almost bled to death. For 7 minutes, it was pretty cool.
Yes, and I will say this guy was sitting in the crowd for that, and I will also say that yeah, I think around then, between that and Born to Be Wired with Sabu's arm was the only two times I watched ECW wrestling. I got actually a little queasy. So,
But what happened in that match with Terry Funk and Sabu? The guys who put up the ring went to the barbed wire store to get the barbed wire, and there's different grades of barbed wire. There's A, which is not too bad. There's B, which is a little, and then there's C, the tough one to keep the big cattle in there, to get the big prongs. And they bought the strongest, most deadliest barbed wire known to mankind. When they put it up, Paul Heyman says, "Man, you got the killer barbed wire. You should have bought the A one where it wasn't so bad." And the spot was Terry Funk and Sabu going at it, and Sabu threw Terry Funk into the turnbuckle, come charging in, and Terry moves out of the way, and Sabu hit that turnbuckle with the barbed wire, and it caught him on his arm right here, and his weight brought him down and just ripped it about 14 inches long, man, about an inch wide, and it looked like his brains were hanging out. He literally went into shock for 20 seconds. Fonzie, had that crazy look in it. He says, so I ran and got him some tape. He was taping his arm up as he's taking a reverse neck breaker from Terry Funk onto a steel chair. Watch it. It's incredible, man. Incredible. And then we glued together. So we were stitching him up in the dressing room. The doctor was there stitching him up in the dressing room. He got tired of the stitches. He said, Fonzie, go to 7-Eleven and give me some super glue. Now, then they didn't have now they have medical grade super glue.
yes.
But back then, I went to the 7-Eleven and bought the toxic super glue, and that's what he used. It's a miracle he didn't get some type of toxicity or something in his system.
Yeah, he's it's safe to say his immune system works a lot in his career.
Oh man, it was in overtime on that, man.
Yeah. I remember actually being a little white watching that when that happened. Because the crowd were loving it, but you heard the constant O's. Like when we first got a good look at that bicep tear, like wow.
Yeah, you weren't the only one that got queasy. A lot of people in the audience left the building; they couldn't take it.
Yeah, I remember keeping my big boy pants on. Like, yeah, this is amazing, but I'm kind of like, I'm like, just breathe.
What we were seeing a lot of times, especially that barbed wire match, we couldn't believe what we were seeing, and it was like that almost every ECW arena show. Something spectacular. We were trying to outdo the last show, so man, it was some spectacular, crazy, hardcore, really extreme stuff that these guys were doing.